But W.E.B. Du Bois said this in 1960, and I quote, "The future of the American Negro lies in the South. The South took over hip-hop, and hip-hop took over the world. The South has taken over voting, and we could potentially carve our space out in this country due to this. If you guys, again, believe that we have won something, tell me what. We are digging right out of the basket." I was telling the homie SP today, if you believe we've won something, we are digging right out of prize box that we got at the OJ trial. What we get for that? A bunch of cheering and a bunch of nothing else. Nothing. I don't want her to have that J.A. Shabazz. Shout out to the brother J.A. Shabazz. I think she needs to be the next governor, and we need to keep Stacey Abrams. The homie J.A. said he wants her to be in the cabinet and get rid of doofuses like the clown Ben Carson. Yes, I call him a doofus. No more niceties. No more. It's an old saying, nothing that's in the middle of the road but lions and dead animals. We drawing lines in the sand. If you're on the wrong side, this is biblical. This ain't rap. God, like my man Malcolm said in the movie, these God's words. This ain't no hustle. If you in the middle of the road, you against me. God don't allow you to be in the middle of the road, so rap is following God, and God is running this. I honestly believe, to answer the homie J.A. Shabazz about Stacey Abrams being in the chamber, we need to start thinking in 24-month increments. Every 2 years, we either getting somebody out of Congress in the Senate or putting somebody or replacing one of these bigots that's in Congress or the Senate. I need my brothers and sisters in the state of Georgia to start talking to their friends, families, whoever, clans, posses, crews, and cliques to start re-registering. So, because if you don't know, you can register to vote now for this runoff, and we can get these bigots up out of Georgia. Now, back to my point, man. We got to start thinking. Let me answer J.A. and then J.A. I don't want her to be a part of the cabinet because I want her to be the governor of Georgia. And in the event Sister Harris and Joe fuck up, we gonna put Stacey at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue because she has earned the right to represent us nationwide. Period. Point blank. Period. Miss me with all this. I say this every show, and I'm gonna say it every show until I don't have breath in my lungs. We have no political allies, permanent political allies. We only have permanent political issues. And until your grandkids are assured the exact same opportunity as everybody else, I ain't trying to hit at you, the homie. We got faith in you. Now, I understand Sister Harris and Joe Biden, they have a big pile of caca to feed through. They got a bunch of that. But what we need to do, and another person, J.A. Val Demings, shout out to the sister Val Demings, to the queen Val Demings down there in Florida. She holding it down. We're going to rep her hard too. That's somebody else we need to be keeping our eye on. Val Demings. We keep an eye on all the sisters because whether y'all realize it or not, the continent is the first place in the universe in which the word that was the place of the original place of a queen. Nobody else had a queen, and the queen mothers elect you to be king to lead the way. They see the strength in you, they get behind you, prop you up, and you're a better man for it. So shout out to the sisters and the queens who support us every step of the way. So we finna get some of these queen mothers and some of these real positions, and we gonna support them. And you finna miss me with all that nonsense. Oh man, and she this and she that. None of that. No more of that nonsense. Okay. Second thing on the agenda for me, Nancy Pelosi is not our friend. Andrew Yang is not our friend. These people were on TV literally speaking in dog whistles last night. They've been speaking in dog whistles all year. I mean, all month. And what people don't realize is what they're saying makes all the sense in the world, but it doesn't make sense to us. He's a clown. He's a bozo. He's a pozo. But thank you, my brother Michael Wade is supporting the movement also. But The reason I say Nancy Pelosi and the brother Andrew Yang are not our allies, and this is how you know you don't have permanent allies in politics. You only have permanent issues. They start talking about reconciliation. Well, we got to reach across the aisle. Look, Joe ain't our friend either. Sister Harris, it's to be determined. But Joe is not our friend. Let me tell you why. In politics, do you understand, as the Sister Phyllis just said, we got to get rid of Mitch McConnell. Guess who Joe's his closest political friend is and helps him reach across the aisle and do some things with Obama? Mitch. So if you got a creep-ass homeboy, you might not be our friend either. But I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But as I keep telling y'all, we do not have any permanent allies when it comes to politics unless we elect JA or RC or somebody like that, microwave, one of them. Otherwise, I ain't trying to hear none of that. None of that. I'm just letting you know, if you are down with the whole political get down, you're not down with rap. But back to Nancy Pelosi, who's not our friend. Andrew Yang is not our friend because they were using dog whistles talking about reconcilable differences. We need to reconcile our differences with the other side of the aisle. Do you know the first time that was said in the United States of America? Let me know, y'all can tell me how it worked out for us. The first person who ever said those or used those kinds of terms is President Ulysses S. Grant, former general for the Union, helped us defeat the Confederate, right? And 7 years into Reconstruction, what we heard was this. We heard everybody talking this nonsense about, yeah, we're going to do this for the bros. We're going to do that for the bros. The bros, right? But the bros didn't get nothing. You know what the bros got? We got Reconstruction for 7 years. And then the few of us that got 40 acres and a mule, what you end up getting was your 40 acres and your mule taken away from you, and you were back into abject poverty because they start funding programs to give landowners their land back. And anytime bigots get what they want, we get what they giving us, which is the shaft. So when you hear this on the news for the next few days, weeks, months, reconciliation, what they are saying is, we're going to be cool with y'all again like we did 157 years ago. I ain't trying to hear none of that. They ain't trying to do nothing for us. When you start talking about reconciling with people who have done nothing but contribute to our demise, you are not helping me. I don't want to hear Joe Biden. He's going to say it. If he hasn't already said, I'm not the president of the Democratic Party, I'm the president of the United States of America. But how about this, bruh? I don't want to hear that shit. And excuse me, because I got my pastor listening. Shout out to Reverend Don. But I don't want to hear that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, every time you're doing it for everybody, I don't get nothing. I don't get a damn thing. So when they start talking that, start taking notes. See, we engaged this time, but like I said, 24-month increments is what we're going to have to operate in. You got 24 months to get this right, or else we're going to replace you in Congress. You got 24 months, we're going to replace you as a representative. And then after that 24 months, it's going to be 4 years, and guess what? You either doing what we say, or we going to get rid of you too. That's it, man. There are no options. We have no permanent allies. It is nothing but enemy. We got permanent issues, period. I'm not trying to hear that, man. And when people start talking about that, let me ask you this. Did you know when they started talking about reconciliation with Ulysses S. Grant, the very next president, he created the Department of Justice. You know, the same Department of Justice, I only start watching CNN Thursday ass people, or I start watching CNN around August, and the crime bill. The same group of folks that created that damn crime bill was created after reconciliation of the South. And then you start getting laws like no loitering or you go to jail. Knowing that the 14th Amendment says if you are a criminal, you can be put back in slavery. I got a grandmother, my grandmother's grandmother used to be, my grandmother's grandmother used to make 17 cents per year as a sharecropper. So when you hear reconciliation, yeah, this is what happened with reconciliation. We get cool with the South again. We get cool with our white nationalist brothers again. And then we take the land that we gave to black folks from them and we put their ass out on the street. Then we create a law that if you standing out on the street too long, we're going to lock your ass up and put you back into slavery. Or you can take the option behind door B. The option behind door B is to lease you out some land, take 80% of your profits, enough for you to come back and take 80% again, and then you are staying in abject poverty. So either I can put you in debt to the people who owned you, or I can put you in jail by the people that owned you. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. This is BS. Pick a side. Van Jones, sucker. You out of here. We canceling him. When you on TV and you talking this madness, you get the crying on TV, his sucker ass, we got to get rid of him. And see, when people like Van Jones, oh man, Ralph, stall him out, give him another chance. No, he is playing the middle because it wasn't cool to, when you thought Homeboy was going to win, you was like, well, Harris and, Biden, he's problematic and, and then now you on TV. It's morality. I can tell my kids about morality. You can tell your kids about morality in the face of the devil himself. You a chump and we getting rid of you and we calling you out. Second person to be called out. I said I wasn't going to call him out, but I'm calling him out. Mr. O'Shea Ice Cube Jackson. You put out this sucker ass tweet the other day. I'm not trying to hear. Bruh, I'm not going to accuse you of anything, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let my supporters hear what you tweeted out, and they come to their own conclusion. I'm not saying anything. Let me get this straight. This is a direct quote from O'Shea Ice Cube Jackson. Let me get this straight. I get the president of the United States to agree to put over $500 billion in capital in the black community without an endorsement, and niggas are mad at me. Have a nice life. Mr. Jackson, miss me with that, man. Because, for the record, folks, it was this guy. He was a minister of this upstart religious situation called the Nation of Islam. He had just come out of prison, and he quickly became the face of the Nation of Islam. He goes by the name, he was born as Malcolm Little. He's commonly known as Malcolm X, and his name at death was El-Hajj El-Malik Shabazz. Right? His Q rating, meaning his popularity, was about 30% of the population. It's another guy by the name of the great doctor, it's the great El-Hajj Malik Shabazz, and the great ancestor, both of them are equally great. I'm not picking a side. The great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his Q rating was just as low as Malcolm X. Meaning, most people that look like me and you wasn't rocking with them. See, Mr. Jackson don't read, he don't do research, so he didn't realize he would get pushback from the people he was, quote-unquote, attempting to say. It's his other brother who from he hid out in Ethiopia. A whole lot of people weren't rocking with him either. Jesus, motherfucker. So when you're trying to help people and they look like you, a lot of times they don't support you because they don't see the light. That's why you are allegedly stepping out there. So when you make a dumbass statement like $500 billion, just say $500 million, bro. Just say $500 million, bro. And all I want to do is this. Hey, all the people who listen to my show right now, I'm going to play the lottery tonight. And if you're listening, send me a text message. I'm going to give you $1 million. You know why you might not get that $1 million? Because it ain't no guarantee my black ass going to win the lottery. So somebody offer you $500 million, $500 billion, $500 million, the same motherfucker that offered you, that don't want to pay your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, and your homies who didn't make it, unemployment relief, gonna give you $500 billion and stay $500 million, bro. Stop trying to make it seem like what it is more than what it is. Because $500 billion sounds like it's more than than 500 million, but it's just like saying 6 is more than a half a dozen. So Q, miss me. Miss me.